Good morning, my friends. I am home on my one day off before the weekend. I got a couple things to go into. Something I wanted to show you guys that I just purchased. I got it the day after I ordered it. And so I think it's a really good investment. I have it right here by me. I'm going to show it to you in a minute. Well, there was a 7.0 earthquake that got down to a 6.6 in Indonesia a little earlier today. And there's been a few interesting things around the world that have happened. Now, a lot of groups on the dreaded FB sometimes post interesting things. Now, one of the things that I found out about this, now this is, you guys can figure this out for yourself. Sometimes you'll comment on something, and the next thing you know, oh, hi, do you want to be my friend? Blah, 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 blah. And I just block them instantly. What it is these groups allow anybody to join. And then these people target guys like me that are a little older or somebody else thinking that we're stupid and come after us about money or dating or this, and this old guy, he'll jump at that. Well, I don't do that. I just block. I'm pretty internet savvy. So there's that one for you. Mike from Around the World was on Pastor Paul last night. I only listened to a little bit of it because it wasn't really, it was interesting, but not as interesting as everything else. So last night, when you peruse the internet, and this came up on the dreaded FB because it's got, there. And sometimes when you talk about things, they'll show up. Well, I got a couple things to show you. So right here, I ordered this, and a mistake kind of because it's too small. It's a Faraday box, meaning that your electronics will stay okay in case of an EMP, right? So I was sitting there and I was watching this, see this thing come across the wire, and I thought, wow, for under $50, this is actually a pretty decent thing. Now, granted, the range on these are not very long, okay? They're about 2 miles maximum. But if an EMP came and took out your phone, or cell service was cut or whatever, you would still have these. So this little box right here will stop an EMP from frying whatever's in it. I need a bigger box, and in fact, all you need is a metal box. You can get yourself a big metal box, line it with foil, and put whatever's inside. It'll hold it. I have a couple of those that I haven't thought about using yet, but there's that. So here's my Faraday box. Now I'm going to open this up and I'm going to show you what I bought. Under $50. It's on that popular site that we all use. I'm not going to say its name because that's advertising, so we won't say it. But it's, it's the place where we get all of our herbs to make medicine. Anyway, so I ordered these. Already tried one. 62 channel, 2 mile range maximum, I would say, on a flat open land. But they say 1 to 1.5. These must have been made in Europe because it was in meters, and I had to transpose what that was. So anyway, these are great because in today's world, things are easily charged like this, okay, by these kind of cords. C or these, okay? So 3 come in a pack. I got to turn this off because this is on, and I got to figure out where the button is to this. I don't even know where that is. Shoot. Oh, here it is. Okay. So right here I have a battery bank that's charged. See, and you can see that the blue dots are all the way to the top. And this has been sitting in there for months. So it's still charged. Okay? Carry one of these in this box. These, there's 3 of them. And these are walkie-talkies. And these are C-chargeable type devices. I'm going to try to get one of these out of here. Well, anyway, there's one in here. So this is not a C. I mean, it is to the unit, but the main is an old school USB, and it takes like this, and it plugs into here, right? And then if you say you have this right here, you would plug this into this, and that would charge it, right? So, great little item that I just happened to see, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to order one. It comes 3 to a pack. If you wanted to get 6, that'd be $100. I would still think it's very good little idea. You know, you keep these in this box right here, along with a little charging unit. That will go in here, see? And you put that in the box with it. And it's little cords. And there you go. I also have these. These are just fishing lures. But if you're out in the in the wilderness or something and you need to eat and you're by yourself, and I have a little mini fishing pole too. Okay, so there's that. And you take this and you make sure this can fit in here. There it is. You fold it back up. Now, if an EMP comes, these are going to stay okay. That was a device I wanted to show you guys that I just got. I just bought that yesterday. It came overnight. I have it. Because in the way the world is, you never know if tomorrow something's going to go down. So the other thing I have to say is, like I have, in fact, I don't have the bag on me, so I can't show you. I have some stuff I could take. So we'll harken back to that original thing I talked about, which was the Albert Einstein follow page on the Dreaded FB. So he's talking about a solar, well, they're talking, not him himself, he's been passed away a long time, but they're talking about a solar eclipse next when? April 8th. A big one. Hasn't been seen in forever. So if we're going to go with Gil, we may actually not know if that's going to be today or if it's going to be, next year. But it's kind of interesting because on that little site, it talked about, I was just looking for something. It talked about this solar eclipse that happens to be coming around April 8th of next year. So I have one more thing to show you. I have 2 of these. They're by my bed. I charge them every so often. These are also chargeable USB. And they come with a remote control that's over there that I can't reach. But if you click the remote control, these turn on. So see, I've been doing this for 50 years. Keeping stuff that I think I might need down the line in case. Case in point, I have a couple of alternate battery sources that are in my closet. I don't have them to show you. You basically, if say your power went out, well, of course your Wi-Fi is not going to work because it's not running off electricity. But if it's just that, the little battery bank, you stick your little plug in, router comes on, and if the cable's fine, you're back on the internet. Phone can do it too till its battery dies, but there's that. So this little video was more of a little unboxing and talking about that thing with Albert Einstein and kind of crazy because it's just hit the news. It said Russia puts Pacific Fleet on high alert. All this stuff's going on. Rocket Man pops something off towards Japan. It goes into the water. But it still happened. They say it was meant for somewhere else, like us. Well, that down the line, that's what they're going to do. And yet, As I tell you, that system they have, that DEFCON system, sits at 3. People travel all around the world. They don't act like there's nothing going on. And why? Because the news here isn't telling them anything. Oh, now they come to find out that there are some Americans over there helping out that country. The UKRIAINE. At least, like Pastor Paul said, probably like about 500. Probably at least. So that puts us right there in there, because we can't send them this stuff like tanks and this and that, whatever, and they're just going to jump in them and use them. They're going to have to be shown how to use them. So we are there. That was something they wouldn't tell you. Colombia has a big-ass volcano that's kind of rumbling, and there have been a lot of quakes up and down our coast, California, Washington, Oregon. A few. And like Mike from Around the World was talking about, when all these fault lines get real wet, a lot of that can end up happening. So, a lot of things are happening and coming right at you. The water event that Mike from Around the World kind of put a little bit more into was talking about water that's within the earth, in it. And like in Arizona and places like this water might eventually just come out and be like a massive lake or kind of ocean. Now, we're not saying 30 feet deep, but 5 or 6 feet deep. And how are you going to live where you are if the water by your house is 5 foot deep? Sea level rise. See? All is happening. Antarctica's melting, everything's going on there. But everybody just goes, oh yeah, that dreaded climate change, that's you're doing it, we'll tax you for it. When in reality, it's more of a pole shift. Right now, that's baby steps. Hotter than heck on some of the eastern states. Water deep in Florida. A long time ago, it was only a couple inches. Then it became more, now it's 5 feet. See? Off the coastlines. Off the coastlines, or at least be in. 100 miles in, we're about 40. 1,000 feet up, we're about 300 to 4. So there's a little bit of whatever, but not like being right there. Now, John Moore, another guy I follow, we are friends on Facebook, but he really, I said it, oops, but he doesn't really post a lot, but way back when he first started, he talked about moving off the coastlines. And that a lot of higher up Navy individuals were told that when they retired to get off the coastlines. So, there must be a reason for all that. You got volcanoes waking up, you got earthquakes all over the place, you got water level rising. I don't need much more of that to tell me what's going down. Magnetism's kind of changing a little bit. But by that Albert Einstein post, that's telling me that we'll see what Gil says, but for right now, I would probably think that maybe it is going to be next year for the comet. It may not be. It may be this year, but you've only got another 2 weeks. And then after that, that's going to change. But Gil did say, that after next year, they won't know when. They're just going to have to be just whatever it is. The signs are pointing to it. Mike from Around the World's been right about pretty much everything he said, and so is Gil. I'm trying to find that Gil Pastor Paul interview. It's got to be somewhere. So, my friends, I did a little bit of an unboxing. I did a little bit of talking about things again. And I hope you guys have a really good day. It's sunny here, probably at least 65. And we'll see what goes on. Peace. I'll be seeing you. You guys have a really good day. And we are the Watchmen.